Hello, everybody. Now, before I start my talk, I'd like to introduce you to three main characters in my life. My dearest father, my bratty little brother, and my loving mother. I also have a question. How many of the audience here today are older siblings? Please raise your hand. I know the struggles and the effort you had to endure. Trust me, I do. As the oldest child in my family, I've always had a sense of responsibility. The responsibility of being the older sibling, the responsibility of being the ideal son, and of the responsibility of being a role model, even when I wasn't ready to be one. I carried that role comfortably until my mom passed away. 1 second, life felt relaxed and calm. The next moment, it felt like the ground beneath me had disappeared, and I was free falling through the sky, confused and scared. Suddenly, I wasn't just the oldest child. I was the one who had to hold everything together. I was the anchor, not just for my brother, but also for my father. And the hardest part was I had to look okay when inside, I was drowning in grief I didn't know how to explain. It's a unique kind of pain, pretending that you're fine so the people you love don't fall apart. There's a space that we all live in, between who we were and who we're meant to become. Most of us don't really think about this space. We continue with life believing the ground beneath us is stable and fixed. But every once in a while, something compels us to look at that so-called fixed ground beneath us, to make us realize that we're walking a path that we're still discovering. That realization came the day my world was turned upside down. But somewhere between the chaos, somewhere between the loss and the pressure to keep moving, I discovered a new version of myself through three powerful lessons that changed how I see resilience, rebuilding, and teamwork. Resilience, learning to keep moving even when everything hurts. I found this lesson in a very unexpected place. Running. At first, I saw running as a method of torture my PE teachers loved to use, one that simply left me drenched in sweat and my muscles begging for mercy. But after everything that I'd endured, running became more than just speed or competition. It became my escape. It was the one place I didn't need to have any answers. On the track, there weren't any expectations other than to move forward and cross the finish line. No one asked me to be strong for anyone else. No one asked me to pretend. It was just me, the rhythm of my feet, the erratic breathing, and the finish line. There's a reason as to why running feels so raw. Science states that after 10 to 15 minutes of running, your brain starts to release endorphins. These are natural chemicals that help to reduce pain and stress. But before those endorphins kick in, your body protests, your lungs burn, every instinct tells you to stop. And that's where resilience is built. Usain Bolt once said, I trained for 4 years to run 9 seconds faster. And most people give up when they don't see results in 2 months. I learned that pain doesn't mean you're failing. It means that you're still in the race. Every lap taught me that even when my body wanted to quit, I could take one more step, and then another. It taught me that I couldn't fix everything. I couldn't heal instantly, but I could keep moving. Rebuilding. Learning to face yourself instead of running away from yourself. On the track, you can't hide. There's no distraction, no noise. It's just your thoughts keeping pace with you. I had to face my fear, my anger, my grief head on. Rebuilding didn't look big or flashy. It looked like getting up early in the morning to make sure my brother had reached school, even if I hadn't slept. It looked like sitting beside my father in silence, realizing that support doesn't always need words. It looked like finishing a run on days when my heart felt too heavy, proving to myself that I will show up. Running challenged the idea that success means clarity. Races don't tell you how the last kilometer will feel. You discover it while running it. Likewise, life doesn't wait for us to be ready. It asks us to move anyways. And that's why the finish line matters. The finish line doesn't appear because the path was easy. It appears because you kept putting one foot in front of the other, pushing your body beyond its limits. even when you least feel like it. The third lesson was understanding that you don't need everything figured out to lead and grow. This is the version of myself I didn't know existed. I discovered that being a team player isn't about having all the answers. It's about being present. I didn't suddenly become fearless. I became dependable. I learned patience while helping my brother through his own grief. I learned to be confident, not because I wanted to be strong, but others needed me to stand steady. Running taught me that rebuilding doesn't happen all at once. Just like how muscles don't grow in a single workout. It takes multiple workouts for the muscles to have micro tears, which are then repaired, and in turn, help us to gain bigger and stronger muscles. Growth happens through repetition, through showing up even when progress feels invisible. Some days I ran faster. Some days I struggled just to reach the finish line. But every day I showed up, proving to myself that I will continue to rebuild, even through my wins and losses. The third lesson was understand that you don't need everything figured out to lead and grow. This is the version of myself I didn't know existed. Losing my mom changed me. It forced me to grow up even before I was ready. But it also helped me realize a strength inside of me I didn't know I had. The strength to lead quietly, to support consistently, and to stand here today and share my story. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. And I'm still standing in that space, not chasing a perfect future, but growing with every step. So if you ever feel stuck or unsure what comes next, just remember, you don't need the entire path figured out. You just need to take the next step. Because becoming isn't shaped by destination. It is shaped by effort, struggle, and the courage to keep moving. And every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you're still moving, still growing, and still becoming. Thank you.